Jesus has a calling on your life that's going to challenge your self-comfort, your self-protection. And Paul says it this way in Acts chapter 20, verse 24. He says, I consider my life worth nothing to me. Now, what does that mean? Paul's life is valuable, and God knows that, Paul knows that. When he says, I consider my life worth nothing to me, that means that he is going to empty all of his priorities, empty his agenda, empty his direction, and instead, whatever it takes, follow Jesus with everything he has and is. So I consider my life worth nothing in order that I may finish the race and complete the task of testifying to the gospel of God's grace. In other words, your story and your destiny, it's saturated with God's grace, and it's going to lead people to God's grace. Your story, your destiny is going to point people directly to Jesus. They may experience Him and His grace. It's daily grace every day. And Paul says that's so important to me that I consider my life worth nothing. That if anything's getting in the way, if there's any obstacle holding me back from pointing people to God's grace, experiencing God's grace every day, then I'm going to remove that, because ultimately the destiny, the calling is the most important thing. So what is it that Jesus is calling you to? What is your destiny? Testifying to the gospel of God's grace. What does that look like in your life, and who are you trying to reach? So embrace the destiny Jesus has for you today and push aside anything that's getting in the way.